the return of Donald Trump to the U.S. presidency could bring significant changes to federal death penalty policies. During his recent campaign, Trump emphasized his support for capital punishment, signaling intentions to reverse President Joe Biden's moratorium on federal executions and expand the range of crimes eligible for the death penalty. These proposed changes could apply to offenses like drug trafficking, human trafficking, child rape, and certain crimes committed by undocumented immigrants, an expansion that would mark an unprecedented approach to capital punishment in the U.S. The topic of capital punishment remains highly divisive in the United States. Trump's first term saw an increase in federal executions, with 13 carried out in 2020, marking the highest number under a U.S. president since the 1800s. This surge came after a 17-year hiatus in federal executions. Under Trump's directive, his then Attorney General William Barr argued that the federal government owed it to victims to enforce sentences imposed by the justice system. The executions even proceeded during the COVID-19 pandemic, when many states had suspended them over health concerns. Trump's push to expand the death penalty brings multiple legal hurdles. The U.S. Supreme Court, with its current 6-3 conservative majority, could potentially revisit and alter previous rulings that limit the death penalty to cases involving murder. For example, a 2008 Supreme Court decision ruled it unconstitutional to impose the death penalty for child rape when the victim survives, a precedent that Trump would need the court or Congress to reverse to carry out his proposed expansions. Many civil liberties groups and activists have expressed concerns about Trump's proposal, arguing that expanding the death penalty may lead to an increase in wrongful convictions and disproportionately impact marginalized groups. Organizations like the issue cite cases like the Central Park Five, where wrongful convictions for serious crimes, later overturned by DNA evidence, highlight the dangers of an expanded death penalty. If Trump succeeds, it could place the U.S. on a different path from other Western nations, where the death penalty is either abolished or reserved for the most extreme crimes. Expanding capital punishment would likely reignite domestic debates about justice, racial disparities, and the appropriate scope of federal power in criminal sentencing. These changes could raise questions about the role of capital punishment in addressing serious offenses, the potential risks of wrongful convictions, and the broader implications for America's criminal justice system. With high-profile cases and shifting policies, the debate over capital punishment is set to remain a focal point in U.S. legal and political discourse.